How's it going? Isomolar here. Welcome. The buff for Punisher 2099 is finally live. I've been waiting so long for this buff, and in this video I want to show you guys the optimal rotation as well as good and bad matchups by going through a path in the legendary treasure event. So let's get into that now. I think the best way to play Punisher is by doing heavies followed by an SP2 once you're in the overcharged state. So you see my battery, I start off with 90%. That is such an upgrade from old Punisher, and I go up by 9% every 3.5 seconds, and I'm just chaining these heavy stuns, and it's so nice. And I'm going to follow that up with an SP2, and look at that, Iron Fist is at 33%. You know he does have a lower health pool, and I did get kind of lucky with the crits, but I feel like that's the way to play Punisher. You want to enter the overcharged state, do some heavies, chain it onto an SP2 for the maximum amount of damage. So the overcharged state is, Punisher enters it after 100% charging his battery, and then it gradually goes down, and when he enters this state he gains a pretty good attack increase. At rank 3 5-star he gains about a 2000 attack rating, and his attacks will deal 90% less power to the opponent. That's why you saw that Iron Fist wasn't really gaining any special damage. So pay attention to the power bar here. I'm not gonna give Beast almost any power with these combos, with these heavies. I'm just gonna go ahead and just trying to do SP2s here, chain on some heavies, and yeah, it's so nice. It's so satisfying to play him this way. I'm just gonna do a few quick combos on SP2 while the overcharge state is active. Look at that, 10,000 with the grenade launcher, and you love to see that. And he's barely at rank 3, so I think definitely rank 4 will hit some decent numbers. I've seen some rank 2 videos from like C10, and he's just so cool, man. He's got so much utility with the awakened ability. So what the awakened ability does, it gives him basically 3 different effects, what were called upgrades to his tech. And he places a heal block with any regeneration buff, as well as stunning the opponent when he lands a heavy, and he also regenerates when below 15% health. And you'll see a fight right now. I have a fight with Namor where I get clipped, and you see that I regenerate a pretty good amount. So it's not the weakest regeneration, it's definitely good to have. But it is, you do have to keep in mind here, guys, that all of these different effects, first of all, are only there if he is awakened. An additional effect is he stops the, if the opponent reaches 3 bars of power, he drains it and places a power lock. But this takes up 40% of the battery, and sometimes when, you're like about to push him to 3 bars of power, you don't really see your battery charge. It's hard to pay attention, especially in the more tougher fights. So you'll see me making a mistake with against Emma Frost, but yeah, it's a good thing to have in case you push him over 3 bars of power. So keep in mind that he needs to be duped for this. So I think he's a great candidate for the Awakening Gem if you really like him and you don't have anybody else to give it to, like Ghost or Gilly 2099. But yeah, so he needs to be awakened, and it also consumes battery. So he, obviously he charges it much quicker now with this buff, and he has some pretty good synergies as well. I can go over that. And so yeah, this whole path, it was pretty easy, nothing too challenging, just to test out his power. So I'm not using any synergies here, nothing specific to Punisher. but he's feeling pretty good. He's not hitting like a wet noodle anymore. He does have a lot of utility, being able to start regeneration, being able to armor break, and the fact that he just doesn't give the opponent almost any power. That is really great. And I didn't talk much about the SP3. I don't think the SP3 is the way to go. I mean, it gives this debuff called the disintegration debuff, giving about 3000 direct damage at rank 3 over 20 seconds, and it also pretty much reduces the power rate. I think it's the best way to go here if it's a longer fight and you don't have the battery maxed out, because if you have like 40%, then you will activate the debuff and you will cause the opponent to gain less power. But you see here, Emma Frost, she's going down pretty good. But she's gonna get stingy right here, and I wasn't paying attention to my battery, and I kind of messed up here. I thought I could get her to I think I could get her to power drain here. So let's see here. Yeah, so I don't know what happened here. Maybe someone could help me in the comments. My battery was above 40%, and looking back at this, I'm wondering why I didn't drain her power or power locker. I'm not sure if it's something Emma Frost has. I'm not entirely sure there, but maybe some of you guys can comment down below. So here I am doing a path in variant 3, and I am going full synergies with Punisher, full disclaimer, and I wanted to showcase a pretty bad matchup with Punisher. You don't want to bring him when the opponent has a lot of buffs, because you see my battery now, it's being charged 4% every 3.5 seconds, whereas it would be 99 if the opponent had 9% if the opponent didn't have any buffs. So this is a not an ideal matchup, but he can still do it. Venom is a pretty bulky opponent, but he's doing some pretty decent damage here, and yeah. So I think the best way here, I was trying to test out different rotations for Punisher, and I think the best way would be just to do SP2s for the maximum amount of damage. And it's just nice to have in the back pocket, being able to stop regeneration. And if you just constantly spam, let's say you're facing somebody with regen, if you constantly spam SP1, what SP1 does, it's you enter the overcharge state, and you basically just allow your battery to charge that much quicker. And if you do it while you have the once your battery is full and you enter the overdrive state, if you do your SP1, he'll be in that overdrive state that much longer, and you'll be hitting harder for a longer amount of time. So you see here, I'm just overcharging my battery, and it's going up pretty quick. I'm doing it again, and maybe that's a strategy you can use for sure if you're trying to keep up a heal block, or you're trying to maybe keep up a heavy attack stun in the corner. And I think variant 3 cheese with Punisher there's definitely potential here, because if you remember, Punisher or any tech champion's debuffs, and I also believe buffs, gain longer duration per tech champ you have on your team. So if you theoretically bring a team of pure tech, you can keep your opponent power stunned, potentially. I'm gonna see if you guys are interested, maybe I can do a video on that. But I'm really liking Punisher. He's not game breaking, right? He's not beyond god tier. I don't even think he's god tier, but look at this. You see the stuns. I'm just keeping him in the corner here, just keeping him stunned. And the last time I did it, the last one, it didn't stun Venom because I didn't have that 10% in my battery, but he still played into me, so that kind of worked out. But yeah, 150 hits for variant 3. It's not terrible. Obviously a rank 4 ghost can probably go through that much quicker, but I want to showcase, see how well he stops Gold Pool's regeneration here. And for the regeneration, the battery needs to be at 15%, and so you want to always keep that in mind. So you can just basically spam SP1 and keep that regeneration, the heal block active pretty much. And what I love about the heal block is that it's not passive, it applies automatically. Like for other champions, like say Mysterio, you have to land the light, right? What if the opponent has like a bunch of power and you can't do it? Or like Infinity Man, you need to basically get him with that slash of his to have him heal blocked. But I tried doing SP3 here to see how much damage it was going to do, just playing around with him. After seeing this, I think the best way is just to do SP2s. But yeah, I think I just love that the heal block just pops up automatically. You don't have to do anything. You just have to worry about his battery being at least 15% charged. And you see here, right? I'm in overdrive state, and I just did the SP1, and it's about 15% here. It is dropping a little bit. The heal block is almost gone, but he's almost down. So I think if you just start at 100 and you just keep spamming SP1s, it's doable to keep a long heal block active. But like I said, I don't think Punisher is beyond God tier. He's definitely better. He's got a lot of utility, and I do think he's got to be awakened. But he's definitely better than before. He hits much harder, and he's a bit more consistent with that battery. So here Namor, see if I'm gonna test out his regeneration here to see how well he regenerates, and keep in mind that he needs to be duped for the regen. So let's see here, the clip soon, I believe, and I believe it's below let's see, 15%. He'll start regenerating. But here I do a SP3 to see how much damage he does. But yeah, it's below 15%. He'll start regenerating. He's gonna regenerate about 6,000 health. Not bad. 43%. It's pretty good, man. Especially if you have access to this every single fight. It's not a bad regen. It's definitely good to have in case if you make a mistake or something like I did. But yeah, Namor here, he is going down pretty, decently quick. Keep in mind that those hits are inflated because of his SP2 and SP1. But I am gonna make a mistake here and actually get clipped by that SP1. I wasn't paying too much attention when I messed up my decks, and that's gonna get me down. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright guys, so we are back, and of course to finish off this video we have to include a Winter Soldier takedown, but mostly I wanted to see if the amount of hits that Punisher uses to take down Winter Soldier compared to his pre-buffed state. And if you remember at the video that I made before, he took him down in about 785 hits, and here I wanted to try out the SP3 instead of the SP2, but I still feel like in longer fights you just want to do SP2 and maybe SP1 to keep the battery up. But I don't think Punisher is the best for longer fights. Maybe in Cavalier difficulty he'll be perfect, or on collected content. I'm not sure about Act 6, but just playing with them, I feel like he definitely has a lot of potential. His damage is not the craziest, but it's solid for sure. And here I just wanted to wait till I have my 100 battery before I pop this SP3. Of course I want to make sure I'm above 40% in order to get the debuff and the power rate to be lowered. But like I said, if you are gonna go the SP3 route, you definitely want to do it when he is not in overdrive state. Maybe in between charging, if you are at an SP3, you might as well throw it and get that debuff and get that reduction in power rate gain from the opponent. But he's definitely much better than his pre-buff state. He's taking Winter Soldier down quicker. I'm already like at halfway. I'm looking at like maybe 500 hits or something. Definitely an improvement. But I do enjoy Punisher, and he is a candidate for that 2017 rank up gem that you get from the variant, the variant 4 and down. I believe it's the 2017 tech gem, so he is a candidate. But if you guys like this video, I will take him up to R4 if I get a 5 likes in this video. I will rank him up with the gem that I think I have a gem. I'll take him up and do a rank up in gameplay for you guys. Take him on Act 6 to see how he does against some of the paths, and also compare him with Winter Soldier. Because if people are gonna take up Punisher, probably gonna be rank 4. I don't see anybody taking him up, at least not many people, to 565 or to rank 2 as a 6-star. But rank 4 is definitely an option for most people because of the gem. We do have that option. But he is going down, maybe less than 500 hits. I'm impressed with that. I thought it was going to be about 500 hits. But yeah, guys, please like this video if you enjoyed it. And if it gets 5 likes, I will do a rank up in gameplay for Punisher 2099 here. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next one. Peace.